Welcome back, Sasquatch. I have short hair now. Woo! I like it. I was reaching a point where I just could not have long hair anymore. So I chopped it all off. I have these little swooshy bangs. You can't really see, but you know, woo. We're playing Dragon Age Origins once again. Can you tell I like doing this? I like this one a lot. My entire family got very sick. Well, first off, went to Halloween Horror Nights as we talked about in previous videos. Super fun. Very much enjoyed it. Of course, by the time I edit this, Halloween could have passed. So, happy Halloween! Hopefully I made it. Anyway, after I came back, the entire family became ill, and that made things very hard to do any YouTube related anything. So here we are back. Hopefully I don't catch what everyone else had though, because I was the only not sick one, so there's still potential for illness. Anyway, let's just enjoy what we're doing. I'm pretty sure today we are going to go to the Mage's Circle, do a little bit of that, and then we're probably not going to get all the way through it. I'll tell you that right now. But we'll try our best. We'll get a little chunk done. Okay, let's do it. Gotta situate myself. Okay, let's see if I actually read this thing. Morgan has joined you at your mother's behest, though she seemed reluctant to do so, and has agreed to guide you safely through the wilds. She's also... Oh yeah, we went through Lothering. The dark spawns showed up at the very end. We saved some dwarves and stuff. So, yay. Let's do it. Here we are. The bones of our enemies. Dead. Alright, great. Let's go. Oh. Well, I definitely thought we were... You know... Oh, yeah, there we go! That's what I was looking for. Yes, we would like to venture forth. Archdemon. Oh, Bert's there to keep us safe.
Bad dreams, huh?
I'm also sleeping with the bun on my head, so that makes life hard. It seemed so real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
The Archdemon? Is that the dragon?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
Thank you, Alistair. I appreciate it.
That's what I'm here for. To deliver unpleasant news and witty one-liners.
And you're
Anyhow,
good at it.
You're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Oh. Can I talk to all these people first? Oh, what's Bert doing?
Oh, why, you little... Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
Oh, don't eat his food. Well, he is a war dog. Very cute one.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Alistair approves again. Now I want to talk to Bert, please.
I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished.
Oh.
Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh.
Bert's a little dramatic.
Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Aww. Bullying the dog. I'd never feed you another human being.
It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
He doesn't want to eat it. Okay.
Oh, look at what your fool dog placed in my pack.
Is it a little snack? Oh, look, his tight tail!
A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
Uh-oh. Bert. It's the thought that counts. He means well.
The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
Okay. Oh, Bert. I'm sorry.
I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
That's hurtful. Oh, his feelings!
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Bert, now we'll talk. Come on. I'm gonna watch.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Okay, Bert, please talk to me now! Yay! Oh, what's he doing? Trying to find a way through the earth, are we? Yay! It's gonna take some time, you know. Bert is a patient dog. Well, good luck with that then. Anything else? Oh, you wanna go find something? Pet. Yay! Wiggle, wiggle. Okay. Alright, Bert, I think we're done talking now. All
Why
right,
are we
stay.
stopping?
I think we should talk for a moment.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
I need to know if I can trust you at my back.
I am Kunari. I have given my word to aid you. We are not people of idle promises.
I've never seen a Canary before. Tell me about your people.
No.
Aw, poo!
Get used to disappointment.
I will.
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
Oh gosh. You said you were in the army?
I am.
Have you fought in a war?
I have always fought in war, human.
Oh, okay. So you must know
Some
your
of
way
them. They
around the
aren't all
battlefield?
alike.
Okay, we'll
As
just
you wish.
keep moving. Stin doesn't want to talk to me. It hurts my feelings!
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Feddick, at your service, once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Alright. What are you selling?
Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes. Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
Alright, you're free to stay.
Wonderful. Thank the kind lady, won't you, boy?
Thank you, kind lady.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Alright.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along.
Yeah,
I'm
let
sure
me just
you'll
see
be
your
pleased
wares.
with the
Please
goods
stop
my
talking.
boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Good night! I want to sell... Oh, I need to give stuff away to my people. Okay, never mind. Okay, now we're gonna do a little gift giving, because, you know, I like friends. Ah!
What do you wish of me?
I have something. Oh. I guess I have questions. I don't know. I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
How did you become a shapeshifter?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
Your mother's been doing this for a long time, then?
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Can anyone become
Anyone
a
with
shapeshifter?
sufficient will, but the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed.
Pooh. Do you spend a lot of time as an animal?
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
Interesting. What do the other animals think of you when you change?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
Can you change into other human forms as well?
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
I've never heard of magic like that before.
No? 'Tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the circle of magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are
She doesn't
old,
like the
indeed,
circle.
passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could. But as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one.
That's good. Such traditions need to be preserved.
I am surprised you think so. Still, 'tis a pleasant thing to hear.
I know, because we're gonna be friends. That's all I wanted to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
I think your abilities sound quite useful.
A most practical opinion. Far more so than any man I have spoken to. But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
Yeah, we've been here a while. Yay! +6!
What do you wish of me?
Like to discuss something personal.
We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Oh. Why are you still here?
I am here because Flemeth commanded me to aid
Okay.
you. Why? Do you wish me to leave? I can
No.
do so if you prefer.
No, I don't want you to leave.
Then I assume our discussion ends here.
Sorry. Don't be mad. No! -10! Dang it! I was just wondering!
What do you wish of me?
Fart. I need to save before this stuff. I'd like to ask
If
you
you must.
something. Because now you're mad at me.
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
She's mad at me. I was asking about the wilds. You could if you wanted to.
Oh, what luck. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
I can't even focus on this. I'm so mad at myself. -10. But you kept going back to the wilds.
Would you not do the same? Your world is an unforgiving and cold place. The wilds I hail from is home to me, and I a natural denizen. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Yeah, people suck. That's what she's trying to say. I agree. Very daring. That sounds like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped, and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
Oh, that was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and batted my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
I agree with this. Why? Touching like a handshake?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Yet here you are.
Yes, here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
+5. Okay. Essentially, so we got +6, -10, and now +5. So I guess we're in the good zone again. Gosh. I just wanted to give you a gift.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry?
My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes. By Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. What do you wish of me?
Unsuccessful. Uh-oh. You're not saying anything. Uh-oh. Flemeth made a game of it. I feel sorry for the Templars.
They came with as much swagger and arrogance as they did self-righteousness. Pity them if you wish, for they held none for us. Flemeth would warn them once. 'Twas a warning they
I'm
inevitably
shifting in my chair.
failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Flemeth used you as bait?
'Twas a game, and I a young girl. If I didn't get to play, I would have been very upset. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
What exactly is an apostate?
You do not know? The zealots use that word for any magic they do not control. The Chantry sees any mages not leashed to the circle of magi as apostates. And apostates could become maleficarum, evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations. It may even be true. Still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit.
I agree completely.
Oh? I hope you're not simply being agreeable. It would be a refreshing change. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Ah! Dang it! And now we're right back where we started. -1. I think she's tired of talking to me. I want to give this
What do you wish
stupid
of me?
gift. Is Flemeth really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
Human? Question mark?
Oh, she certainly was human. Once. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother. to frighten them into obedience.
I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Ah, I see. That does explain much. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
Yes, that sounds interesting.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Just how long ago was this?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden.
Wow.
The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the Bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the Dreadlord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
He sold his wife to another man?
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conabar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
Oh, golly. So she truly loved Osen then.
That was not the point. Conabar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conabar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conabar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
I got very engrossed in the story. Which she never invaded, or he never defeated her?
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
That Flemeth has survived for so long.
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
The legend tells of Flemeth having many daughters.
You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
Why would she refuse to speak of them?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts. It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
An interesting story. Thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
She did.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Yeah, +5! Oh, gosh, we should probably leave it there on you. This may just be a campsite episode. I really thought we were going to go somewhere, but I have to talk to everyone. I want to give you a gift. Oh, wait, I think I remember how. Okay, think I go here. And then I pick the gift I want to give them. This. This is how I do it. I know how to do it. Ha ha ha.
A fine gift.
Ah,
You
I got
have my thanks.
+5. A fine gift.
That's a wonderful thought.
You're
I
welcome.
don't know what to say.
Okay, thanks would have been good, but whatever. Now I have to talk to you.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
Oh, yeah. She had that vision. I was sarcastic and she believed me. This
I knew
vision
this
of
would
yours.
come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real.
God.
And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
So it was dark. What then?
When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
And this made you want to help me?
In my dream, I fell. Oh,
Yes,
Or
we heard
maybe I
about the
jumped.
falling.
I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything?
Okay. The Chantry says the Maker has left us.
He's still here. I hear him in the wind and the waves. I feel him in the sunlight that warms my skin. I know what the Chantry says about the Maker, and what should I believe? What I feel in my heart, or what others tell me?
Believe what feels right to you.
Thank you. It's nice to find someone who agrees. I know what I know, and no one will ever make that untrue.
Yay! +4. Are we going to become fast friends? I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
What was life like in the Chantry cloister?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
Condescending?
When
How
I
so?
talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
I prefer your ideas to the ideas of the Chantry.
Thank you. Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry.
Yeah.
But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Okay, +2. We did okay. Oh, this is always so stressful. Okay, I don't really want to talk to you anymore because I don't really have any interest in what you say. Stan again?
Yes.
I look at this and I feel overwhelmed. We should probably just keep going. Let me out of here. Let's go.
As you wish.
Yes. Sorry for talking to you for no reason. Okay, Alistair, we haven't spoken yet.
What do you need?
Do you want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
He was like a father to you. I understand.
I should have handled it better.
Whew.
Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry.
Oh, what to pick? If I say there's no need to apologize, he may feel like I'm just writing off his apology. No harm done, Alistair.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him.
Might have been
Maybe
okay.
once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
Huh. He had you.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
No, I understand completely.
Of course. I'd be dead then, wouldn't I? It's not like that would make him happier. I think he came from High Ever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
My entire family was murdered just recently.
Oh, of course. How stupid of me to forget. Here I am going on and on about
Oh,
Duncan,
dang it.
and you...
I'm gonna get
I'm
negative.
so sorry. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Maybe I'll go to High Ever with you when you go.
I'd like that.
Oh, okay.
So would he, I think.
Yes, we'll be buddies. 6!
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
What can a Templar
Essentially,
do?
they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
So, couldn't others learn these talents?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And
That's no
since
good.
the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. So you were addicted?
Thankfully, no. You only start receiving lyrium once you've taken your vows. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective. Or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
I didn't get anything for that. What the heck? This is where we'll end it with Bert. I forgot you go to campsites in this one. So you go and you learn about everyone and then you go to the next thing. So I haven't even finished everything yet, but I think we're just gonna move on and go to the Mage's Circle finally whenever we get out of here. But we'll save that for next time. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on what the SAS Squad is up to. Hope you have a super awesome, spectacular day, and we'll see you out there somewhere. Bye! Bert had to do his outro too.